righty. Welcome, everybody, to the CNC with Dave Gatton show. I hope y'all are doing well wherever you are. Still got some of the shelter in place going on, I guess, but we're starting to get opened up a little bit, so that's good. And hopefully we'll be back to the old normal real soon. So,
I hate that term as much as you do.
I hate it because it don't fly with me. There's not going to be any new normal. I'm going back to the old normal. Really never left it, but
Yeah, and I don't do normal, so
yeah. All right, so we're going to do some question and answer. I see we got a bunch of folks over there already, and then a little later in the show, we're going to go. I'm going to review the entries that we had into the 2020 quarantine CNC challenge. We had 22 entries, all of them excellent. And so we're going to kind of be going over those again. And then we'll see who's going to end up being the one with the trophy. So we'll get to that in a little bit. So, has anybody got any questions? We had a bunch of questions last week. I'm not even sure we got them all answered, but let's see who we got out here. We got a bunch of folks. Paul Stewart's out here. Mm-hmm. Steve from Harnell Media is out there. Dave Krause, Jim Senecola, Dave Clemens, Rob Hampton, Dave Matthews, Becca Miller. How you doing, Becca?
All of them otherwise known as the gang.
Yeah. JJ's Wood Shop, Jesse, Del Ludlam, Brian Mooney, Glenn Helwick, Thomas Grant, Earl Walker, Harry Ragland, Christina Pritchard. That's Troy's better half. She's becoming quite the regular, which is excellent. Wayne Hurl, Leo Steger, Greg Euler, and the list goes on. Rob Schuster, Gary Davis, Ed Newman, Jim. There's always that one guy.
Just Jim.
Just Jim. Yeah. Hi, Jim. Welcome to the CNC with Dave show. Mike Haichu, Harry's Place, Bart Bixel, Kevin Wilkerson, Michael Schuler, Robert Sams, Adam Lee, Larry Degger. I thought I was about dead, but Bob Heldbridle, Elmo Fudd. Roger.
That's a great name.
Elmo Fudd.
That is a great name.
From the UK. Roger the Tinker, Chris Coppenall. And he's got a question too. Well, let's go ahead and take that question while I'm here. He asked, can you post a program with VCarve trial?
What do you mean post? You mean post process?
What he's saying, can you post G code and then run it with the trial version?
Up to 500 lines.
Okay. See, I don't know that because I've been using VCarve for so long. I can't even remember. Plus, it's probably changed since I started.
Yeah, you can save up to 500 lines. After that, there's obviously the trial is over.
Yeah, and yeah, because they want you to buy the real deal. They want to tease you with just enough to.
Well, I mean, I got to tell you, even the trial is generous. I mean. It really is. It's a generous trial for 500 lines. You can do a lot with 500 lines. I mean, simple stuff. But honestly, the 175 currently or whatever it's now is well worth it.
Yeah.
Oh no, I'm sorry. I'm thinking Mach 3. Forgive me. But even Cut 2D, which is any Vectric product is worth the price.
Yeah. We've got a pretty serious question here. It says, Paul Stewart asks, Javi, what feeds and speeds do you run at?
Oh, cut that out.
Yeah, that's always a good one, isn't it?
Always.
Tom Peterson's here. Hello, Tom. Mr. B's here. Barry, how are you? Andrew Haig, Poppy's Woodshed.
Mervyn.
Barry is watching from Wellington, New Zealand. Excellent. Excellent. Welcome to the show, Barry. Mike Sills is here. Says he took an afternoon nap so I could stay up this late. Okay. That's why I started 8 instead of 9, because I can't stay up that late. But whatever. Okay. Let's see.
I'm still tired from tying my shoes the second time today.
Yeah. Dave Matthews says 500 is the Mach 3 limit. VCarve allows cutting of only some of their projects.
Right.
Can't generate G code for your own projects. Okay, so not even a few lines.
Right. I apologize. I was thinking of Mach 3 for some reason or another. Running 500.
Like I said, I don't really know because I've had VCarve Pro for so long that I don't know. Mark Allen's here. How you doing, Mark? I'm gonna give Mark a big shout out because he's donating one of the things I'm gonna do tonight. I showed it the other night. I'll be showing it again here in a minute. Let's see here. Yes, Tom concurs with Dave Matthews, says you are correct. So that's Barry says he's trying to wrestle his rotary ground. Okay. Not sure what you mean there, Barry, but let's see. We got Keith from South Florida. Keith Glassnap. Greg says it's only 5 p.m. where he's at. Yeah, I think he's in Washington, I think is where old Greg's at. All right, anybody else got any questions? Or let's see. Becca says, if that is right, Dave Matthews, then they have changed things. I used the trial version of VCarve for a while before. Well, I'll tell you what. Since we need to know for sure, let me just
get on their site and check it out
and go see.
Sorry about that, Dave. I should have been doing that already. I'm not on the ball today.
Well, let's see. It says, well, I'm going to put on my glasses. Sorry, folks. I'm trying to see if they have it says, try before you buy. Try out all the features with no obligation to buy. Test machine compatibility. There are a variety of free projects available to you to cut from within the free trial. So that kind of makes me think that, yeah, you probably can only cut their stuff. But it also says there's no limits to how long you can use the trial software. So if I'd known that question was going to come up, I would have, because I currently have the trial version of Aspire, and I suppose I could, if I can find it here,
run it, load it, and see what happens.
Let me just draw a square or something, and
in the meantime, I'll scour for more questions and read them to you if I see them.
Okay. Yeah, let me just a square, and then come over here. Oh, we'll get out of there. Okay. Let's see. You're doing good if I can do this without my glasses. Okay, I'm just going to just put a little profile path and see if it lets me post it at all. Okay. Let's see. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on here. It says, as I try to post, it says, sorry, the trial version of the software can only save toolpaths for data from the supplied tutorial files. Please load an unmodified tutorial file to test machine output. So Mr. Matthews is correct that you can only post and run. And even then it says an unmodified. So even if you load a tutorial thing and start jacking around with it, you can't add a tool path or something different.
Yeah, or load a tutorial and then delete it and load your own path. Yeah, it doesn't work that way, I guess.
Okay, so I think we've got an answer for that question.
Very nice, very nice.
Jim Senecola says you can't save your own G code in the trail versions or the trial versions. Either one, you cannot. Just poking fun at you, Jim.
Let's see here.
You can design forever with the trial, just no exporting G code, if I remember, says Tom P. Yeah. So
Keith,
it's basically just to get the hang of it. So you even though you can draw your own stuff, you can't run it. You have to run the stuff that they provide, which that's all they want you to do is to get the hang of it and learn how to load it on your machine. And if your machine's compatible with it and all that stuff. So,
Keith Painter, happy 28-year anniversary. He's got a 28-year anniversary there.
28 years. That's fantastic.
Yep. Yep. I'm a babe in the woods. I'm going on 20 myself. But that's a beautiful thing. 28 years.
Tom, I keep clicking the wrong thing here. Trial projects you make won't work on different trial version or different computer either. Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay, here's a question I think maybe with Greg Euler. He says, I can't seem to get my laser to fire using M10P1 and M11P1. It does turn on with the M3S number and off with the M5. Any ideas? I'd have to go back and look at I might have a post. I don't know if it's on this computer or not, but there for a while on the website, but I think it was on the old website. I had both my XML files for the M10P1 and the one that uses M3 and M5. I've used both of them without any issue, so I don't know. And if you, let's see, you don't say, but is it a JTEC laser or the Ox laser? And it really doesn't make any difference, because if you go to the JTEC website and use their setup for the M10 and M11, that's what I did, and mine worked fine. So unless somebody else has something they want to throw in there. Rob Schuster says, everyone, please don't forget to check your couplers. My Z slipped off today and the router dropped onto the project. It starts smoking in only a few seconds.
Yeah, that's a dangerous thing.
Yeah. I hope it wasn't one of your 3-day projects and it got ruined after all that work, but yeah. And I hear it's kind of ironic that I'm reading this and saying, "Yeah, check your couplers," because I never check mine.
I never checked mine either.
I've never, knock on wood, I've never had that happen.
But my couplers are, well, I mean, you should check your couplers, but mine are the solid couplers. I don't like those. Mine have 2 set screws on either side, and you don't have to, but I went ahead and ground the end of the screws to be like a D, to have a for the set screw. So just so it'd be, so it wouldn't slip. So it definitely will never slip. Now the whole thing might slip out if both set screws, because I've got 4, 2 and 2, 2 on each side. If both set screws, then it's possible it'll work its way loose. Back to his original suggestion: check them.
Mhm.
But
So are you not using the dumpster CNC couplers?
no, I am not. I am using. Wish I had a picture of
Well, the
here.
reason I asked that, I was thinking that'd be a waste of time trying to grind that down into a D shape on the screw, because it threads in, and that end never comes out.
Right, exactly. Yeah. Well, the dumpster.
Usually it slips off the shaft of the.
Yours, the dumpster threads in. Oh, because I've never had the dumpster ones.
Yeah, they're threaded with 5-star for that 5-star lead.
Oh, okay, even better.
That's why I love those lead screws. You never have to worry about that end coming loose.
Well, wait a second.
Unless you just flat out don't tighten it at all.
Well, that's what I'm saying. If the set screw is loose, will it still unthread if it goes in the right direction?
Well, if you have it really sloppy loose, it might, as the stepper motor turns the thing, it might undo it.
Yeah.
But
I mean, because if
you snug it up the least little bit, it ain't coming out of there, because
with mine, basically what'll happen is if both set screws on one side are loose, then there will be enough play. It's still, because of the D shape, it's still going to move, but it's going to be slop and some play. So I will notice the difference between one direction and another instantly on my piece, and I'll know to check the screw. I mean, it'll be an early indication without it'll still lose the piece. So the design. So makes no difference.
All right, we have an Aspire question. I have Aspire and I want to put text over the top of a 3D image, something like text on text, but over an image. All right, I guess there's a question in there, but what little bit I know about it, I think, and some of you other guys that use Aspire can chime in here, but I think you have to check the little box that says, what does it say? Something about what does it say? And I'm going from VCar Pro, but I think it says the same thing in Aspire. Let me pull this over here. I'll share the screen too if you want to, if that's what you're talking about. Let me see if I can find some here. Trying to find a file that will. Let's look at this one. That's. I think if I put text, just anything. Keep looking. See if somebody tells me. It says. Okay. If I V-card that. Yeah, there it is. That's what I was looking for. It says project toolpath onto the 3D model. That's what I was trying to think of. Project. Oh yeah, there. Keith Painter's got it. So I think that might be what you're asking there. And let me I'll share screen real quick just to show you where that's at. It is right, if you look at my mouse, right down here, it says project toolpath onto 3D model. And then your text will take the shape of whatever you got in there. Alrighty. Let's see. Kevin says he's also cooking on the grill. And we'll listen on your cell phone. Well, if you're on your cell phone, you probably just didn't see what that little box I was showing then, but you can go back later and watch it on a big screen or something.
Hit.
Matt Haas from
Awesome Wood Things and Piano Man. Evening, Matt.
I keep seeing people say you use Loctite on your set screw. Yeah, you can. Just make sure you use the right Loctite. Don't use the red. But I never use Loctite, and mine never come loose. I just think people are afraid to tighten them. They just don't tighten them enough. Or don't tighten them evenly, because you go, turn one just a little bit and then go the other one and just go back and forth.
Yep.
And mine never come loose. So.
Yep.
As I say that, I'll probably go out tomorrow and something will happen. But, it just does. Yeah. All right. So, let's see. Anything to worry about with solid couplers? Currently upgrading my steppers and need to order a different size coupler. Have been using flex couplers so far.
Nothing to worry about with solid couplers. Depends on your build. If you're building a Gatton, nothing to worry about. The Neiman
I would tend to be a little bit worried about the backlash, though, because if there's any slop at all in the motor and stuff, because the when you're using a coupler that's hugging that lead screw, that whereas a solid coupler really isn't doing that.
Hugging.
Yeah, it's got a spring in it.
No, you're thinking of the backlash nut. I'm.
Okay.
Yeah. The coupler, the solid coupler. Solid.
For some reason, I've got the lead nut on the brain.
I'm in the same mode today.
Let me get something stronger to drink here.
I'm tired myself. Yeah, solid couplers. I wouldn't. I go with solid couplers. I'm happy with them. The worst thing that can happen with a solid coupler is on a weak machine you can break something. This will lock up the motors if it hits anything on this thing. This machine is sturdy enough that either side it won't rip anything apart. It'll go gung 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 gung. You'll hear that stepper skipping noise with the solid couplers. So
Mark Lindsay says that Loctite doesn't stick to Delrin. So there you go.
So there is that.
You can also use the cupped point set screws. Yeah, you could do that. Yeah.
And there have been a couple of my clients. I suggested it, and I didn't realize it. They took my word for it, and they did it themselves. I've got a couple of people who designed their own couplers. If you have a lathe, it's a piece of cake. But really, one of the guys did it with a drill press. Drill the in this case it's 10 millimeter to ½ inch. So drill a 10 millimeter hole all the way through the center of a 2 inch or so 2 inch aluminum rod, and then flip it over and drill a ½ inch halfway down. and then obviously slit it with a bandsaw if you have a bandsaw, or and uh, and a couple of holes. I mean, if you have the tools to do it, I mean, 2 or 4 holes, and tap them for set screws, and the set screws you can get on Amazon by the hundreds.
Mark's got the specs here too. Per Tim at Dumpster CNC, torque the coupler screws to 7 to 9 inch-pounds. So there you go. Alrighty. Ray said he made his couplers
Well, there you go.
out of brass and used 4 set screws on each side.
Yep, that's what I would do if I made my own, but I didn't.
Mark Allen says he did the same, made brass couplers with Allen hex screws. They work great and did not loosen up. Yeah. I'm just a big fan of the
dumpsters.
The dumpster stuff because it's super easy. You just cut the screw and deburr it a little bit, and you just screw them on and tighten them down. You're done. It's super easy.
Yep.
And I've been using them for years, and never had any trouble out of them. So, but Keith says he doesn't own a teeny tiny torque wrench. I bet you Mark could send you a link for one though if you wanted one. Just saying. All right, well, we're about halfway in here. I guess we'll, if we don't have any more questions, and maybe I'll get woke up and let's see what this is. Using B-Car Pro 10, says Lloyd Miner, when using a 25-inch end mill as a clearing bit and say 60-degree V-bit after, do they need to be run one after the other? Well, I guess that would depend on what else all you got going on in between there, but that typically when I'm doing a and I guess you're not talking about 3D, so I guess you wouldn't have to, but I know when I use the 3D stuff, I always use usually a 1/4-inch end mill as the clearing bit or roughing pass to get the big stuff, and then come back immediately after with whatever else I'm doing. But
they don't, Lloyd, necessarily have to be used in the order that Vectric does it, which is clearing first and V-bit. But be careful, because remember, the program designs the G code, or rather creates the G code, assuming there is already quite a bit of it knocked out. Well, you have a lot to do with that. But why? The bottom line is, why waste? The V-bit's more expensive than an end mill, and you're wearing the V-bit a lot more, cutting from both sides rather than clearing the path and then using the end mill, the V-bit after.
Well, he says here, I'm wondering if I could combine all my 1/4-inch end mill tool pass and all my 60-degree V-bit tool pass together to cut that on tool changes.
Absolutely. I do that all the time. When I finish it, I always pay attention to the order, because there are certain things that can't be out of order. So you got to use a little bit of a little bit of common sense, and a helpful tool is the Invectric. Slow down the playback and see exactly what it does. If you see it creating a path that all of a sudden will tear your wood apart because you didn't use one bit, then the other, then you can't. But There is absolutely nothing wrong with combining them all. I do that as often as I can. Combine all of the one bit so you have as few tool changes as possible. When let's say you have a clearing.
I keep getting additional information here. Now he's saying it's
no 3D. Okay.
No 3D. Okay.
Let's say you have you're doing a sign, and you have the clearing is a 1/4 inch end mill, and you have a V carve. You're V carving a nice sign, and there's some big pockets, so you're going to use the 1/4 inch, and some other stuff. If you're using that 1/4 inch also for a profile path to cut out the thing, I mean, obviously use your head. Do the V bit first, and then you can use the end mill to clear out and the profile path at the end. But if you're going to do the end mill first, it'll cut out your whole piece, and you have nothing to hold on to, and then doing the V bit is pointless. So this is an example of you gotta think about the order of all the bits.
This is just me personally here. I think, if you're doing this, you're doing this project and it's not a production deal or something like that. There's not a whole lot of difference between 5 tool changes and 3 tool changes. I mean, it doesn't take that long to change a tool and re-zero it. So
yeah, that is true.
I would rather run them in the order that makes the most sense, even though it might mean more tool changes.
Absolutely. The order it comes. I mean, because again, if you're running a V bit first and you're hogging out a lot of material, perhaps it would be better to do a clearance tool path, then the V bit, and then then switch back to the end mill for it's your call.
Now, another thing I might add, y'all know I cut a lot of the Gatton CNC kits, and I could probably do some things with different tools, but even though it takes longer, I can just throw in a 1/4 inch end mill, hit the button, and go do something else. And it's not going to save that much time if I had a tool change in there. But see, that way I don't have to be there for the tool change. I just let it go, and it's done.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, if
that's more of a almost production thing, I guess, because I run several of them, and I'm never standing there watching it when I'm running that.
Yeah,
a lot of times I'm not even in the same room. so
having a sandwich.
Well, or something. Yeah. Okay. But yeah, you can combine them if you want, but like I said, you gotta think about, is it really worth combining them when I could, if you're going to be there anyway, might as well do the tool change and do them in the order that makes the most sense. Let's see. All right, if we don't have any more questions, I got behind now when I stopped for that one. Yeah, Mark says he does his V-bit tool pass, then all my end mill tool pass. I just make sure to do the profile cutout last.
Yeah.
See, I try to do, and this is coming from my sheet metal background. Usually when you're programming like a laser or something like that, you always do the small holes and cutouts first. And the reason for that is because when the slug drops out, the more material you got moving around, that if you cut a big cutout first, it's probably going to snag that sheet on something.
Yeah.
So with wood, you don't have to worry about stuff like that as much, but still, you don't want nothing tipping up or popping out or any of that stuff. So usually I go by size and do the holes, do the smaller ones first and then bigger. But you can still, if you're using the same tool, you can still put them all in the same tool path. All right, let's see. Okay, I think we got Lloyd. He says good there. Yeah, there's another handy tip. Peter says just create them any old way and then drag them into the order you want them to cut. Yeah, because
Yep.
you can move them up and down.
Yep.
You don't have to do the tool path
Yeah.
in the order. Because I do that all the time. I'll do something and I go, oh, I should have done that earlier. So I'll just move it up.
Yeah. Just drag. Yeah, of course. Yep.
Yeah, and this guy knows because he comes from the future.
That's right.
It's
That's absolutely right.
where he's at. So
Yep.
he knows.
He knows.
And we had somebody else. I forget his name now. We had somebody else from New Zealand too, Peter. All right. I don't see any questions now. Unless if I missed any, throw them in there quick. Otherwise, we're going to start going over the challenge entries. I showed these the other day, and I've still got the same folder, same pictures. So I'm going to show them again because we're getting ready to wind this up here. But anyway, let me screen share. This is, and this again is the same order that they were sent to me. So this was video number 1 by Mike Haichu. He did the coronavirus 2020 daily planner. And I guess I should mention as I'm showing these, in case there's somebody here who this is their first time watching and don't even know what I'm talking about when I say challenge. I created a challenge for everybody to get out in their shop, since we're, most of us were on lockdown or shelter at home or whatever you want to call it, quarantine, to get out in your shop and make something fun, and kind of themed about the quarantine thing. Didn't have to be, but that's kind of the general theme. And so what I'm doing now is showing the pictures that I got screenshots from the videos. They all created a video and sent it to me. There's a playlist on my website. So if you just click on the playlist thing, because you're already at my website here, or not my website, but my YouTube channel, and you can watch them. And they're on the website as well. All right, so this is Mike Haichu's. It was a coronavirus 2020 daily planner. He's got go fishing, make something. I might put my glasses on for this. Yard work, clean the shop, watch videos. Had a bunch of little option there. So you just spin the wheel and figure out how you're going to spend your day in quarantine, I guess. So that was a pretty cool little entry.
Yeah.
All right, number 2 is this 3D flag from P&G Custom Woodworks, which is Paul Camp, I believe. Number 3 is by Brian Mooney. It was, I think this ended up being a meme on Facebook. So stay together or you'll end up as toilet paper. And he's talking to socks on the field trip. So next was video number 4 was Dennis Killian. And he made this awesome looking sign or whatever you want to call it. And he donated this, I believe, to some first responders. So that really a nice project. This one is number 5 from JJ's Wood Shop, which is Jesse Brown. It says everybody was kung flu fighting. So that one's pretty cool. Number 6 was, and this was one of my favorites, I have to say. This is from Crosscut Creations.
Robert Duditsky, yeah.
Yes, and Mommy is getting Daddy a shop assistant, and that's a picture of the ultrasound. So, got a new shop assistant coming in October 2020. So that is
very nice.
Very nice, yes, very nice indeed. All right, so now let's go. Number 7 is one of 2 entries by my buddy Rob Schuster. He made a Corona. He's actually got coronavirus on the bottle there, and he's got the 2020 with the toilet paper thing as the zeros in 2020. I think somewhere on there it says he survived the toilet paper apocalypse or something like that. I can't remember what it said, but it's pretty good and a great video too. Rob always.
Yep.
It's a nice video.
Very funny.
This one is number 8, and this is Rob's second of 2 entries. And I really like this one too. He says, I was social distancing before it was cool.
Yep.
And again, he's got the coronavirus, the 2020 with the toilet paper rolls. That's just a really cool project. All on that big bottle top. So I like that. All right, let's see. Number 9 was from the Whimsical Woodworker, which is Tyler Adsit, I think. That's a cigar tray, I guess you would call that. Some live edge on it. Yeah, that was video number 9. Number 10 was also from P&G Custom Woodworks. This is his second of 2 videos. And he's got the coronavirus 2020, shelter at home, stay safe. And got the, I guess that's a cootie in the middle of it there. That's pretty cool. Number 11, this is the one I took 2 pictures so you can see the different, because this makes it where you can read it. He's got the toilet paper, which is the TP DEFCON level.
Yeah.
I've not worried. 4, I'm still good. 3, time to go buy more. Can't find any. Oh no, time to use t-shirts. And I'm not sure. I think Facebook may have just pooped out on me here. I just got a thing pop up and say, let me stop sharing for a second. Come over here to, I think it may have hit the dust over there. No, it looks like it's still going. Okay, well, I don't know what all that was about, StreamYard, but well, no, I can't tell if it's working or not. I guess if I get any Facebook comments in here, I'll be able to tell. All right, let me get back to where I was. Okay, now back to this. So this was the first picture I saved of this one, and then I wanted a picture showing he's got the rod here, and you stack the toilet paper up, and then that's how you determine how frantic the situation is. So, and this was also Brian Moomy's second of 2 videos. So good. All right.
There's a few comments in there about the muscle chuck because I mean, not to get away from the topic. Robert Avery, I think it is, asked about a quick change collet if there's anything out there, and muscle chuck's the closest you come, and I love it. I have one on every one of my routers. So I'm sorry, Dave. Go on.
Well, okay. I'm not a fan of them personally, but
right. Yeah, exactly. It's if you're like Dave, you can handle a wrench or 2, with ease and swap bits. I grew up, all my CNCs are of the clamping variety because I was doing signage and the rotary CNCs. So obviously I've handled routers long before that, but I feel much more comfortable with that grip. Never had run out at all on any bit that I've ever had. But yeah, it's a personal preference. It really is.
Yeah, it's just me. I'm just not a fan. I've tried using it, not on a spindle, but on Porter Cable 690,
Hmm.
and I just wasn't crazy about it. But that's just me. Okay, this one is number 12 from Jim Senecola, who's out there in the chat somewhere, and
Yep.
did the take on the Gadsden flag. Coronavirus, don't tread on me and don't infect me. There we go. Let's see, we got 13. This is Becca Miller's, and I thought this one was really clever because
That was awesome. That was
if you know
clever.
anything about the Olympics, you know that those rings are supposed to be interlocking, but due to the social distancing thing, she's got them apart, which I think is just hilarious. So that was a cool project. I like that.
Yeah.
Simple but funny. I like that.
Yep.
All right, number 14. This is by Ron Coffey. I'll just let y'all read that one.
Yeah. Yeah.
And we'll move on.
Yep.
This one was by George Von Driscoll, who put an entry in. He
Oh,
says,
nice.
as if what you do makes a difference. It does. So he's got a quote there. It looks like he did some texturing on that piece. And he also, I'd have to go back and watch it again now, but I think he takes like a piece of walnut or something and sticks it in between there and then V carves down to it, I believe is what he did.
Yeah.
Um,
Very nice.
very cool project. All right, now this one, and this picture really doesn't do this project justice. You'd have to watch the video to get the whole gist of this, but this one was hilarious. This is
That
Mike
was funny.
Hughes' second entry, video number 16, and he made a machine where you can dump sawdust into the bin, turn a few gears, and presto,
and toilet paper comes out. Yeah, that was good. That was hilarious.
Mark's correct me here. He says that's not texture, that's quilted maple veneer. Okay, yeah, you're right. I guess I need to start wearing my glasses more or something. I just glanced at it and it looked like a texture pattern, but yeah, you're right. It's just quilted veneer. I should have paid more attention. Okay, so this one is number 17 by Keith Painter, who's also out there with us tonight. Let's see. He made a, what do you call those things again? Pizza something. I don't remember from the last.
Yeah. Mike said there was a special name to it.
Yeah, somebody will say it, I'm sure. But anyway, a pizza get her out of the oven thing.
Yeah.
I don't know what you call them. Pizza paddle. Is it a paddle?
Paddle. I think it was a paddle. I don't know. A spatula of some sort. So
pizza peel. Thank you, Keith.
That's it.
Pizza peel.
Yeah. Troy, Mark, Keith. Yeah.
Okay.
There you go.
All righty. So very nice there. I like that. And something you can use long after the virus has gone away. Okay, now this was from Harry Raglan, and I did two pictures. He actually made a bunch of these, but this is like a take on the little Valentine candy hearts you get that would have the little messages on it. It's kind of a take on that. It's like, I like men with toilet paper. Your mask is sexy, that kind of thing. So
that's awesome.
That was pretty funny. This one is video number 19 by Stephen Kovneski. I don't remember if I saw him out there in the chat or not, but this is another one of those things where you spin the little spinny thing, and wherever it lands, that's what you do all day. And I think he's got it set to where he's going to drink one and hang out with his dog all day. But got some nice rope. I guess they call that the rope stuff around the outside edge. That's pretty nice. Nice looking project there. All right, number 20 is from Mike Sills. I believe he was out there in the jet somewhere. And he made a social distancing cootie looking wear. So again, it was hard for me to get a screenshot from the video, but that's it, fully assembled. It folds down and does some different things. But it's to make everybody keep the proper distance away. And an awesome paint job on that thing too.
Yep.
Let's see here. There is number 21 is Greg Euler, and I see we've got Russ Meadows just joined us here, so I'll add him down there. How you doing, Russ?
Hey, Russ.
Oh, outstanding.
This is video number 21 from Greg Euler. He says, "Stay away from my TP," and he's got the "Don't tread on me" snake here, and the snake's wearing that look like a gas mask there. So that's pretty cool. And then finally, our last entrant was from Down Under, and this picture doesn't do any of this video justice. You have to go watch this video. It is hilarious. Just hilarious.
Yeah.
And that's Peter Pasquello in that picture, by the way. You might not recognize him.
Yeah.
But that's
it's hilarious.
CNC Nuts itself right there. So very funny video. That was one of the good ones there. All right. So enough of that. All right. Now, as you know, yours truly made a little trophy. I'll show you that. I got it right here.
Drum roll, please.
It's not worth a drum roll, but it is in honor of the quarantine. Let me see if I can get it turned the right way.
But enlarge your screen, Dave. So we could really have a good look at that. That's gorgeous.
Get out of the way. Yeah, this is.
Wow.
You know, I wanted to make something that kind of symbolizes all this stuff. You know, got the Corona bottle in a extra big size because this was an extra big issue.
Yeah.
That we're all dealing with, and you know I know they didn't officially name the virus after the beer, but you know it's just coincidence, I guess, that it's this. And of course, the other big thing is you can't get any toilet paper.
Yep.
There's the trophy, such as it is.
That's outstanding.
I'll be sending that to somebody here in just a little bit. But before I do that, let me get back here. And I guess I should have kept it big because I'm going to show this. Like I said, a big shout out to Mark Allen. He was the only one that stepped up and said, "Hey, I want to make a project and donate it for the challenge." And he not only made a project, he made a super cool one. And let me show you. Let me get big here again. But this is a cribbage board. And he said he wanted something with my likeness. And I said, well, I don't really know what to get. But he picked those little Bitmoji things. Says good morning. It's got a coffee cup. So that's kind of along with the coffee session theme. And then, of course, he's got Gatton CNC on there. So, and I've showed this before, I think, but the little play pieces are back here under a little piece of Lexan.
That's a good job there.
Yeah.
Just outstanding work, Mark. And thank you so much for donating this as a prize for the for the challenge. And I got to thinking about it today. And I thought, well, since he's made such an awesome prize, I felt like he should decide what his favorite video was, and that will be the person that got it. And let me get ready to
Nice.
pull up which one he liked best. There it is. All right. So again, thank you, Mark, for this awesome one of a kind. This is a one of a kind, which makes it highly valuable.
Highly valuable. Never will be another.
That's right. And it's awesome. I'm just so impressed with that paint job because I hate painting, and
Yeah.
Same here.
Painting is tough.
stuff. I don't know how he did it. My hands are not that steady, but just a fantastic job, Mark. Thank you so much. And the person that I'm going to send this to is video number, drum roll, video number 4 by Dennis Killian.
Uh-huh.
Allen's favorite, and that is an awesome project right there.
Congratulations.
So congratulations, Dennis Killian. He will be receiving very shortly this fantastic cribbage board. One of a kind. Right here. All right, so now we get to
the grand.
I heard my timer go off, so we're doing good, just about right on time. But now we're going to go to the one
event of the evening.
And that is, all these videos were put on a playlist. They're put on the website, and I put I guess you'd call it a ballot thing, where they can watch the videos, decide which one's their favorite, and then click to go vote, select 1 through 22, and then it would send me an email. So I've got all these emails sorted, and we do have a winner. Are you ready?
Ready.
Love the drum roll, huh?
There you go.
Raymond says down here, don't forget to sign it. And he's talking about the cribbage board. Or are you talking about the cribbage board? Because I was going to say that would just devalue that thing, because that thing is the way it is. But yeah, I'd be happy to sign either one of them if they want me to. Like I said, that's not going to make them worth anymore. But
well, after you're dead,
things always go up in value when you're dead.
Yeah. All right. All right. Anyway, the person that I am going to send this magnificent, that's probably not the right word, because it don't look that great here in person, but I had a lot of fun making it. You got to use my rotary axis for this big old bottle. And I also used the rotary axis for these little barley twist here. So, but I was a little disappointed with this base wood. I used a really old piece of wood, and it's kind of punky. So, but it is what it is. And
don't apologize. It looks fantastic.
The person I'm going to send that trophy to is video number 2, P&G Custom Woodworks, with the 3D flag, United We Stand, with the eagle and all that. And that was the top selection from all the viewers.
Yep.
Video viewers, I guess we call them, that watch. So congratulations, Paul. I don't know if was Paul Camp out there? Do you remember seeing?
I didn't see Paul Camp out there, but
okay. Well,
he might not have said anything, or I missed it.
Yeah. Yeah. Troy says another one of a kind trophy. Well, you're right about that, because it's a one of a kind. But I do want to congratulate everybody on all the awesome projects. You know, when I started doing this challenge, you know, I've been doing the Christmas challenge 4 years straight now. We just had our fourth CNC Christmas challenge. And we just, and then I did sometime last year at the middle of the summer or something like that, I did the crazy stepper motor knob challenge, which wasn't a big hit because I think there was like 2 or 3 people that sent videos in for that. And I think Mike Haichu sent 3 videos or 2 or 3, something like that. But anyway, this, you know, we had 22 entries for this quarantine challenge. That's the most entries I've ever had in a challenge that I've hosted. So a big thank you and well done to everybody who participated in the challenge. Thank you so much. And I hope you had fun doing it. I hope, you know, that's what the whole thing was for, is to try to get people's minds off of all this crazy coronavirus stuff. And you know, it's been a crazy spring, to say the least. So but anyway, thank you all for doing it. Hopefully this you know, you guys talk about the one-of-a-kind trophy and cribbage board. Hopefully this is the only challenge we'll have to do for this stupid thing.
Yeah,
I hear you.
So Paul's already saying, not Paul Camp, but Paul Stewart says, Dave, are you going to have a second wave challenge? I don't think there's going to be a second wave. I'm thinking positive, Paul. I'm thinking this thing's winding down.
I'm also thinking a lot of people are not gonna suffer through this again, even if it is this serious.
Yeah,
there's a lot of people that are just going, no, I'm not doing that again. Forget this closing down stuff.
Yeah. So anyway, we'll wait and see what happens. But I think I'm positive, or I'm trying to be positive, and I think that we've made the turn. You know, we're heading down the home stretch, I think.
Yep.
So anyway, that's going to do it for tonight. Thanks, Javi, for
watching the chat as a little bit
with me, or whatever you're doing over there. And Russ, thank you for joining us here. And
Rebecca Miller asked me how come I'm so quiet. It's like Javi. I can't get a word in edgewise.
Yeah. Me and Russ was on Javi's live stream last night. We couldn't get a word in, but then when we finally did, we wouldn't shut up, would we? We just kept going. Thought, yeah, we'll show him.
He finally shut it down and just listened to us talk.
I figured it was your turn. I just got, you know, I'll go for a while, and then I run out. And that's it. It's your turn.
Yeah. All right, guys. Well, we're going to get out of here. Y'all stick around. I'm just going to knock us out and see if I can find that magic button. I always, you know, I do the coffee session so often, you know, every weekday. And then when I come do this just on Saturdays, it's different. And I have to stop and think, okay, now, how do I do this? I think I hit the button and then, oh, yeah, that's how I do it.
Have a good one, guys.
Everybody have a great weekend. Thanks again for all the great entries. Stay safe, and we will see y'all next week. Take care, everybody.
See you later.